Hello again, YouTube. This is the Truth Man. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel. I want to talk about black dysfunction today and the thing that people are not talking about, really. The thing that people are not talking about in terms of it. Now, I know people, what I'm about to say, people are going to come in the comments and try to say, victim this, victim that. But I'm just going to put it out there. I got to put this truth out there, man. I'm the truth, man. Y'all know that's what I do. So, black people are, I would say, no less than 50% at fault for their own dysfunction. But you can't say that the dysfunction in the black community is all because of them. Because if you try to say the dysfunction in the black community is all because of the black community, then I'm gonna point you to Black Wall Street, and I'm gonna point you to how those families were back then. Hold on, y'all, hold on. So don't try to do it. Because I'm going to point you to how families were back then when they had to deal with each other. When they didn't trust no other races. You know what I'm saying? Because other races didn't trust them. So you got to blame the individual for his own or her own personal dysfunction. But you can't blame them as a whole, because you got to look at the other factors, like what caused it exactly, like what do they watch, what do they listen to, what do the people that influenced them, what did they watch, what did they listen to? You know, because what you watch and listen to, no matter what you say, is gonna influence you 9 times out of 10. The only way it's not gonna influence you is if you listen to it, but you know the truth behind it. But even then, it can influence you still. If you listen to shoot 'em up music, it's gonna influence you. It is. It is. So they don't own these record labels, y'all. They don't own the majority of this stuff. And it's like, that's like trying to blame Michael Jordan for what people do when they see somebody with a pair of Jordans. Like that, it's not Jordan's fault he's an icon. It's not Jordan's fault. Well, it is, in the sense of being so good at what he did. But other than that, you can't blame Jordan for somebody going and shooting somebody for the Jordans. That's not his fault. Because all he did was put a shoe out there. But the person that shot the person for the shoes, I would ask who they listen to, what are their influences in life, and where did their influences gain the behaviors that they presented to the person that they influenced. See, it's a chain reaction, and our, black people's enemies know this. They know this. That's why I don't talk about everything on YouTube, But now that I got a Patreon, I'm going to talk about some of that stuff on there. So it seemed like the original millennialist, also known as TVA, this is what he be saying. This is what he be saying, and I understand what he's saying. It's two sides to this Just Pearly thing. Like, y'all hear me going in on Just Pearly, but it was something that made her able to have the influence that she had amongst black people. And that's dysfunction. That's dysfunction. Because I told you, I gave you the example with Black Wall Street. Remember how the world was back then? Like, we heard about it. We got family members told us about it. Because they couldn't trust other races, they learned to trust each other. And when they learned to trust each other, they learned to respect each other. And when they learned to respect each other, now they had families, they had businesses, so on and so forth. Now it's in the reverse. Everything on TV is teaching black people pretty much not to respect each other. The people who you can't really take serious sometimes, they're in the forefront amongst us. Like, sports is recreation. Comedy is recreation. But those people are in the forefront, so what's happening? Then you got rappers who talk about killing each other, talking about having murder on their mind and all this, the other stuff. They are iconic with many people. So when you become iconic with people, that creates the dysfunction. But who made them have the position that they have? That's the person that's at fault. Mostly. The individual themselves can carry a lot of the fault because nobody made them do this stuff. But, hey, listen, money, that's why the Bible says money is the root of all evil. That's why. Because a lot of the dysfunction we see, we learn from TV. We learn from Superfly. We learn from, but here's the thing, though. You can learn, like with Scarface and with all these characters and Superfly and this, that. If you are out of the matrix, you can learn good things and bad things from them. And if you out of the matrix, the bad things, you just gonna know about them. You're not gonna be influenced by them. But the reason for a lot of the black dysfunction is because they in the matrix. They've been taught that the matrix is great. Ignorance is bliss. That's what they being taught by the music they listen to, by the movies they watch, by the shows they watch. Ignorance is bliss. Do whatever you got to do. There is no God. That's why we do what we do. You can't say you believe in God and then be a drug dealer and this, that, and the other. You might believe that there is a God, but you being a drug dealer, you not believing in God, because when you believe in God, the power manifests itself, and you understand that if I'm broke, I can make it through being broke. Y'all don't realize I can make more money selling drugs. I can. But guess what else? What else can happen? I could get killed, I could get robbed, and I can go to prison. See, you see how that worked? You see how I showed you both sides of that? No matrix, you choose the side that's gonna make you free. Because being free is the most important thing of no matrix. See, when you are trapped in a matrix, you'll keep jobs you don't like. You'll keep women you don't like or that don't like you. You'll just put up with stuff and people. Look at my video selection. Look at the titles. All have to do with no matrix behavior. All have to do with no matrix behavior. Dealing with people series. No matrix behavior. See? No matrix will take away your dysfunction. And a person that's out of the matrix, if you dysfunctional, they gonna feel it right away. They gonna hate to see you coming. Cause see me, I want the best for everybody, but it's a lot of people I hate to see them coming. Because I start thinking, if I do something to him, I'm going to prison. He do something to me, I'm going to the hospital. Either way, two places I don't want to be. That's no matrix thinking. So what would no matrix do? Avoid. Go somewhere where people ain't going to affect your existence in a negative way. Deal with people who ain't going to affect your existence in a negative way. Matrix people, I'm your family. I'm your in-laws. I'm this. Do this. Forget about what you need. Forget about what you want. That's when you're trapped in the matrix. And that's how people that's trapped in the matrix, that's how they think. That you got to do stuff for them for free. Even though you have bills, you have to always take time out of your day to help them for free. But they're not going to help you pay your bills, though. What they're going to do is if your bills don't get paid, they're going to talk about you. That's what they're going to do. They ain't going to help you pay them. Black people, for the most part, we don't do that stuff. The Indians do that stuff. Some Latino, other races. Us as a whole, you got a couple people that do. You got a whole bunch that don't. Throw their kids to the wind at 18. They trying to figure out what's going on. You done already put them out. They already 5 years behind. That's what black people do. That's what matrix, dysfunctional black families do. All that touching, all that throwing your kids out, all that shooting each other, shooting this person, shooting that person over Instagram posts. That's dysfunction. Where'd you get that from? All I gotta do is, so what's your favorite 10 songs? Your favorite 10 songs, if you are a matrix, if you trapped in a matrix, your favorite 10 songs is gonna be how you live. Your favorite 10 songs is gonna be how you live. Also, church people is trapped in the matrix sometimes too. A church person is trapped in the matrix. Every point that you make, if it's any cussing, if it's this, because church has become emotionalism. Anytime you're dealing with emotionalism, if facts are presented with a couple cuss words, people ain't gonna want to hear it. Emotionalists judge people based on how they feel about them. That's what's wrong in the United States. Not based on what's best, but based on how they feel about them. So now you got all the people with money influencing you. People that didn't even grow up with a male role model. Talking about shooting them up, this, that, and because they got on jeans that you like, now you trying to live like them. That's what's creating the dysfunction. But the main point I want to make in closing is that the funders of the dysfunction, we are go on my other videos, they are to be held accountable more so than the people who carry out the dysfunction that they presented. That's what I'm saying on this video. And I'm saying it in a way that won't get me, you know how they do on YouTube, y'all. You got to blame the person, but you got to blame the source too. Look at the Bible. That's why he said it's better for a millstone. But I'm gone.